Now, I'd like to welcome our next guest to the hot seat because what he has to offer is smoking. We're celebrating 2 Business Hall of Fame inductees this year. We're going to bring out our first inductee. Please welcome Spring Creek Companies, being represented by Chris Carroll, the founder of the company. Chris. No, you're great.
I was back there enjoying the show, man.
Come on.
How you doing, man? Can I introduce my family? Can I introduce my family?
Yeah, you can. We'll do that in just a second. Hold on.
Okay.
We'll give you a chance to do that.
I was enjoying the show back there.
I know, it's great. Now, first I was going to ask you, do you have any of those rolls with you?
I have them here.
Right there, yeah. I got too many of them right here, too. You know, not everybody will know that you started your professional career as a CPA.
That's right.
That's kind of a cushy, job. Why'd you leave that for entrepreneurship?
Where's Kelly? I don't think she would agree it was a cushy job. I ended up, after I was with Arthur Anderson for a few years, and then I joined the Trammell Crow Company. Everybody here, maybe, I don't know if anybody's young enough or old enough to remember Trammell Crow, but he was a great developer, real estate developer, and when young guys would come in, he'd always give you a piece of the deal you're working on. And so for me, from a small town, it was a real opportunity to get excited about owning something. And so I started in the restaurant business, candidly, to try to own real estate. That's how we started. First Spring Creek for that purpose, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I know when people think of your business, they think of Spring Creek. Of course, they're going to think barbecue, but as you said, that real estate business is
part of it. Yeah.
Is part of what you do. And
yeah.
Why don't you talk a little bit about real estate, and if you want to introduce some family members, feel free to do that.
Is that all right? Let me introduce my family real quick, okay? I got Kevin Guyton here, who is Director of Marketing for Spring Creek. Kevin's been with us for 25 years. Thank you, Kevin. I'll just introduce everybody real quickly. Okay, I've got, Taylor here, Taylor Reynolds, and her husband, Travis. Taylor's a CPA and controller for Spring Creek, been with us for a long time, TCU girl, CPA. My son, James Carroll, is here with his wife, Fallon. James is a CPA, but has joined the family business and heads up our investment group, and also heads up Spring Creek, by the way. And then our banking partner, Mark Warren, is here with his wife, Jennifer. Thank you guys for being here, and thank you for letting me do that. Appreciate it. Yeah.
Chris, when we think of Spring Creek barbecue, not only do we think of the great food, and it is great food, and by the way, the Mexican Inn too. If folks love the Mexican Inn, let's give the Mexican Inn a round of applause.
Thank you. Yeah.
But while we think of the great food, I also know that the community really, really matters to you, and that Spring Creek invests back in the community. Why do you do that?
Well, the first restaurant we ever did, my wife Becky, and by the way, when you think of Spring Creek Barbecue, please remember Becky. My wife Becky passed away a few years ago, but Becky was with me when we did the first restaurant. She was a school teacher at one point, and so we got involved with the schools immediately with our first restaurant, and Michael had asked me about this, so we did the math, and so for the last 10 years, we've averaged $2.5 million a year in the communities where we have restaurants. That we're scattered around the state, but thank you.
Yeah, so I can't do math real well, but that's over $25 million, I think, is what I just heard.
Yes, it is, man. Yeah.
Well, we appreciate it. I'm telling you, everybody in this town loves Spring Creek.
Thank you.
And I know, because I get the chance to come over and talk to you sometimes.
Yeah.
And you don't have to talk to you for more than a few minutes before you realize how proud of Arlington you are.
Yeah.
So how important is Arlington to you?
It's a good question. I'll do this as quickly as I can. When I first came to Arlington, Becky and I were here in the late 70s. I think the population was roughly 100,000 people, something like that. And Jim Maybach mentioned some great people. I had mentors when I first came to town. It was a really great spirit. Tom Cravens, if many of you guys know Tom and his family. Obviously, when I got here, Tom Vandergriff had really made a difference for the community. So Tom Cravens, Dan Dipert, David Moritz, I hope David's family is here tonight. Wonderful people, and I love the fact that they mentored me when I was a young guy getting started and made a big difference. I don't know if that answers the question, but I was just so fortunate to have these great people around me.
No, and that's great, and I know it means a lot, and you know he's very passionate. So whenever we get the chance to meet, we always just talk about what's going on and how exciting it is. And I'm telling you, he's still right in the middle of it. Spring Creek is a great company.
Thank you.
We love them. We appreciate them. So welcome to and I'm not going to have you take this one. So when we're done,
I don't have a crown, right?
This is no crown.
Okay.
But this is. Let's move some of this.
All right.
We'll give this to you after the evening. You don't have to haul it around. It is.
Okay.
It is heavy.
Yeah, it looks heavy. Yeah.
So welcome to our Business Hall of Fame.
Thank you, Michael.
We appreciate you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Chris Carroll, everybody. Spring Creek Barbecue, Spring Creek Companies, let me say.